Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to HR Topper family. First of all, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Today's topic will be very interesting and I hope you all will enjoy the session because today's topic is gratuity, the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. But today I'm just trying to give the summarize. That is, I will give you the bullet points. That is enough. The entire pages into small bullet points, which will help you to remember and know most of the part of the gratuity. And it will really help you in the interview and your current company. So let's see. Before I go into the gratuity, before I start gratuity, you should know one thing. What your company is following is not important. Whether it is following the rules of the Gratuity Act, whether it is following the rules of the Gratuity Act. So whatever you must have seen in your organization, keep it aside. And today what I'm going to share the information and knowledge is what exactly the gratuity is all about. Got that idea, dear? But it will be a summary. So let's first understand what is gratuity. Can anyone knows? Like just try to think what is gratuity. So many people say it is a retirement benefit, it is blah blah blah. So the first most answer is it is a gratitude. It is a gift. Why it's we pay gratuity? Because people, a single person, an employee or employee work for minimum 5 years and above. So he has worked a lot. His contribution, for the service that he has rendered. So a person has worked for you 5 years. I don't you think you should give some kind of gift, right or wrong? So that is what gratuity. So gratuity is a gratitude. It's a gift. Got that idea? So normally we put it under retirement benefit. Why it is retirement benefit? Because you don't get gratuity when you are working. When you leave the organization, then only the gratuity becomes eligible. Am I clear? Let's go to this next one. When it actually started, in 1972, when the, Ministry of the Labor and Employment, but on 16th September 1972, the enforcement has come. So you have to remember this date. They may ask, of course, in the exam, they will ask for you also. It is important to know 16th September. Now, where it is applicable? It is applicable to all the factory, mines, oil field, plantation, port, railways, every shop and establishment, minimum 10 employees are required. Suppose there are more than 10 employees, later on, few employees resigned and your count became 9, 8, that is less than 10 employees, still the gratuity will continue. Once the gratuity started, that means you have to continue whether it is 10 employees or less employees. Am I very clear? So if an employee has less than 10 employees, is not eligible. Am I clear? Let's move to the next one. Who is not eligible is only one person, apprentice, is not applicable for gratuity. Now, when is a gratuity paid? Gratuity is paid when a person, resign, leaves the organization. So when he can leave the organization, when he gets retired, voluntary retirement, when we terminate them, when he put his resignation, dismissal, and death. That is the option where he gets apart from us. Now, how many years he has to complete? Get the gratuity is 5 years. How many years? 5 years. Completion of 5 years. Now, this 5 years is not applicable for someone in case of death, in case of accident, or any kind of disease due to which he cannot continue the service, his disablement, is not able to work. In that case, there is no criteria for the number of years. For example, if in 2 years, when a person's death happened, we have to give the gratuity for that 2 years. The calculation will be different, but we have to give. Am I very clear? Now, as per law, it is 5 years. So when you get a question during the interview, okay, gratuity is applicable for what? So you have to tell 5 years. But you have to also highlight because 5 years is correct. But technically, people are following one of the rules. In 1998, there was a case in the Madras High Court in between the Metro Beard Shell Limited and the Regional Labour Commissioner, where they have given that anyone who complete 4 years and 240 days, in the fifth year, 240 days, then he is eligible. so that they won the case. So Madras High Court has given that 4.8 years, if anyone complete, you have to give the gratuity. The moment the case came, everyone started following this rule. Not even only in Madras, that is Tamil Nadu, but every place in India are following this rule. So logically, it is 5 years as per the law, but technically 4.8 years, you should pay the gratuity. That is what my, it's not suggestion. This is what you have to do, or we have to do being an HR department. Now, this is few questions which why I did this gratuity today is yesterday we were discussing on the WhatsApp group. So friends, just join. If you want, you can join our HR Topper community where there are more than 1,000 of the people from HR only, and we share only HR related information. So we were putting a question on gratuity yesterday. So I thought, let me share some of the knowledge to you. So here, the most important question is, suppose if one of the person gets accident in this 5 years, and 1 month, 2 months, whether you pay or don't pay, that will be considered for that 5 years. In case of sickness, accident, leave without pay or with pay, or you have laid off for 2 months, he's in bench, whatever thing. So if I say very in a simple line, if he is in payroll, that is, if he's a part of an employee, whether you're paying or not paying, but the name is reflecting in your master data, in your salary register, whether the salary is zero or not, doesn't matter. If the name is there in the record, it is continuous service. Very simple logic. Even a girl, a person, a woman going for a maternity leave, let's say she has completed 4.6 months and she's gone for a maternity leave. So many people ask question, why we have to give? See, maternity leave is like a paid leave. We have to treat her like an employee only, working employee. Let's say she gone for a 30 days leave, paid leave. You will give the complete salary, right? Same thing you have to follow. And she is a working professional. She's gone for a break. She's not left the job. So even the maternity, that's 6 months, will be counted for that gratuity period. Am I very clear with it? Now let's go to the calculation. Gratuity calculation is not any percentage. It is a formula base which is designed by the law. Okay. Now, before I say the formula, you have to remember one thing. If a person completes, let's say 5.5 months, then it is 5 years. Because see, what is middle half? 6 months. So if a person completes 5 months and 30 days, still he will be considered as 5.5. The person who completes 5 years, 6 months and 1 day will be considered as a 6 years, the next year, rounding off. Am I very clear? 6 months and 1 day will be, even 6 months is also considered as the next year. So if someone is 6.5, 6, 6.6, 7. Am I very clear? Rounding off. So again, I'll tell you, if someone is doing 5 years and 5 months and 29 days, still he'll be 5. So if a person has completed 5.6 months, then will be considered as 6. Am I very clear with it? This is a calculation. Now, gratuity calculation. So you have to just understand the logic. What is the logic? What gratuity says is, if you complete 1 year, I will give you 15 days salary. What I will give you? 15 days salary. So if I complete 5 months, 5 years, then what will be the calculation? 15 days for 1 year. So 5 years will be 15 into 5 till 75 days. 15 5s are 75, correct? 75 days salary I will give it to you. Now here, what is the meaning of salary? Salary is not gross or CTC. Salary, we will calculate only basic plus DA. So basic plus DA, you will get 15 days basic plus salary you will get for 1 year. So for 5 years, it is 75 days of basic plus DA. But the basic plus DA should be of the current month, the previous month, current or previous month. Am I clear? Now, when we calculate a salary, we always divide by the number of days, correct? So instead of 30 or 31st or 29, what government has kept is 4 days Sunday remove and make it 26 legally. So it is 26 days. Now let's see the calculation. The calculation says last drawn salary basic plus DA. So we'll take an example and divide by 26 into the number of years. 1 year is equal to 15 days. We'll see a calculation. Don't worry. Now, this is one example. Okay. This is the CTC, not the earned salary. CTC. Now, here, this one's here. Now, basic plus DA. Basic plus DA. 1 month salary. What is salary? Basic plus DA. So, 17. Already mentioned. 17,000 plus 5,000 DA. So, total is 2250. So, what is our monthly salary? 22,500. Now, how many years he has completed? This is a case study. He completed 6 years. So 6 years means 1 year it is 15 days. 6 years will be 90 days. And how many days of working? Definitely it is 26 days. Am I clear? It is 26 days. Now see the calculation. So calculation is basic plus DA, that is salary, divided by 26. So 22,500 divided by 26 into number of years. So where 1 year is equal to 15 days. So 6 years is equal to 9 days. So the gratuity amounts will come. If I want to show you in this way, I'll show you. The first formula is basic plus DA, which we are calling as a salary. So it was 22,500, correct? Now what was the next step? Divided by 626. Okay, because it is monthly. And what's the rule for 1 year? 1 year is equal to 15 days. And how many years in this case he has completed? 6 years is equal to 90 days. So here we want 90 days. So what is the formula? Basic plus DA, that is salary, divided by 26 and into 90. Very simple, and make it rounding off. Am I very clear with this? Calculations clear? Please watch once again for this 2 minutes. It will really help. Now, income tax exemption. Yes, in gratuity, mostly people do not deduct tax because it is exempted till 20 lakhs. Now, this 20 lakhs starts from his first day's salary. For example, the first company when he joined, he worked for 7 years, he got 1 lakh rupee. Then again, he worked somewhere, he got 5 lakh rupee. Again, he worked. So in the total, today, let's say I have 20 years experience. In my 20 years, if I have earned up to 20 lakhs, then later on, whenever I get gratuity, it is taxable. So gratuity is exempted till 20 lakhs. If your company gives 20 lakhs and above, then only it is taxable. So mostly gratuity is not taxed. Now, this is the most important part. When you have to pay the gratuity needs to be paid within 30 days. For example, if I leave today, the next date of this month, it should be in my pocket. That is in my bank. This is what you need to remember. Within 30 days from the last date of working. I'll give you an example. Now, before I say something, let me tell you the biggest mistake that normally most of the organization are doing is, and being an HR, we should know this, is they pay gratuity along with the FNF. They pay gratuity along with the FNF. For example, if I leave the organization today, and as per the earlier rule, most of the company have 30 days FNF, 45 days FNF they prepare. So almost that 30 days you don't get gratuity, and you're paying gratuity after 2 months, after 15 days, after 25 days, after 45 days. That is wrong. So what you have to do is, when you process a salary for that current month, you pay only the gratuity. You process the salary, but don't credit the salary. See, when you process the salary, there are 2 parts. One is your salary, one is your statutory compliance like PF, ESIC, professional tax, income tax. So you have to pay all this, but hold the in-hand salary. So I'll give you one small example. Let's say 15th September 2021. So I'll make it today. Let me make it 23 and I'll make it 8. Okay, dear? So it will be very easy for you. Yeah. So I'll give you one case study. Let's say your Mr. A last date of working is 15th August. Okay, dear. Now you will be saying 15th August is independence. So let me make it little professional. Now 14th August is a last day. Now, as per rule, you have to pay the gratuity before 15th September. Agree or not agree? Correct. Now, when you process the salary between 14th to next 15th, you have only one option called you will process the salary on 31st August 23. So what is my suggestion is, and the best HR practice is process the salary, hold the enhanced salary, but pay all the statutory norms like PF, ESIC, professional tax, and gratuity. Am I clear? Hold the enhanced salary, but give the gratuity. For example, let's say the person's last date of working is 31st. Okay, 31st. So you will be processing definitely on 31st. The salary will credit on first or maybe the next. But still, if the person last date of working is last day of the month, then process the salary, credit the gratuity, hold the enhanced salary. Am I very clear? So this is the only way you have to pay. Now, let's go. The second part of the biggest mistake is it's a myth that most of the company makes gratuity as a part of their CTC, which is not at all correct. Why I'll tell you. See, in the law, it is not written. So because of not written, people are assuming. But there is something common thing which I'm not telling common sense and I want to hurt someone, but it is a very common thing. If gratuity is a gratitude and should be given as a gift, for example, my mom is I'm earning, so every time my mom asks, give me 5,000 rupees, okay, and after 1 year she takes that full 5,000 and make it 60,000 and she purchases a gift for me and given back to me. Is it correct? My own money you're giving to me and telling this is a gratuity. That is not correct. Technically, no. Emotionally, that is not correct. Because it is not written, many people are assuming something which may be right, which may be wrong. But the only question is, if gratuity is a gratitude, then why we are adding a part of CTC? If you have written a part of CTC, that means I am eligible for that gratuity. So if you are even working for 3 months, you have to pay gratuity because you have made the part of CTC. What is CTC cost to the company? So if company is not paying gratuity and is a part of CTC, company is earning money because today's generation don't work more than 5 years. So company is getting more benefit. Every person, 500 rupees, 10,000 people, so much money every month company is saving. So it should not be a part of CTC. If you be a part of CTC, then you have to pay gratuity. There is no condition for the 5 years. Clear? Now, when you want to, withdraw or you want to, you have to fill the form number 1 and then you have to submit to the HR department so that your gratuity payment will be released. If you have any kind of, you have to file a case, then you have to go to the labor court. Okay, dear. There are so many forms are available and it will be very difficult to explain everything, right? You can just read it. And we are professionals now. By seeing the word, we can understand why this form is for all about. Now, let's go to the second part of the employment, fixed term employment. What is fixed term employment? Instead of taking someone for stipend, contract, agreement, the government has started fixed term employment where as an employee has a joining date but no ending date. But fixed term employment has a joining date with ending date. It's like a contract. But in the fixed term, he will be treated as employee. He will get all the benefit like an employee, but only for that specific period. The only condition is minimum he has to complete 1 year, or else no. Even if he completes 11 months, 15 days, 29 days, not applicable. 1 year. What is max? Even if your answer is 0.1, 1%, one marks also, or 1 point also is less, the answer is 0. This is calculation. Am I clear? Now, everyone are required to put the notice board. On notice board, you have to just display the abstract. What is gratuity? Very, very important as per law. Now, penalties. If someone does not make the payment, he gets 6-month fine. If he does not make the provision, he will get 1 year and 20,000. If he does not pay only, then he'll get 2 years, up 6 months to 2 years. That is penalty. Now recovery. Company can recover. See, anyhow, two things you have to pay. Bonus and gratuity you cannot hold. You have to pay. So, but if someone has done something where the company got a big loss on the property, then you can recover the money first from the salary. If he does not have money, is not giving, then you can recover from the gratuity or else no. Now, second part, how the employee can recover if the company is not going, he can file a case. The controlling authority will appoint a counselor. The counselor will go to the office, do the CID work and file a report. He will get the date of last date. If the date the complaint is going on settled, he will get interest. So more money you will get when you file a case. Now, death calculation, very simple calculation. Suppose basic pay is 20,000. If you work less than 2 years, you will get twice the basic pay. What is basic pay? You know, basic plus DA. If more than 1 year and less than 5 years, 6 times the basic pay. I'll give you one small example. Let's say basic plus DA is 35,000. He worked for 7 years. So 7 years he falls under this because more than 5, less than 11. So he comes under this category. So it is 12 times the money. So basic plus DA, that is 35,000 in 12 times comes 4,20,000. So he will get 4,20,000 in case he dies. So that is what the benefit is. But this money will be given to the nomination. So one of the most important documents as an HR you should know is form number 2, nomination for PF and nomination for gratuity. And this one form will not come into the role for the entire life. But suddenly if he dies, that is the only one form which can help the nominee. So it is very, very important, form F. So form F is the most important form in the gratuity. I hope you found the information very useful. You must have liked and enjoyed the session. So a small thing, a good news for all of you today. This is just a glimpse. Now there are 3 hours in-depth knowledge about the payment where you will get 3-month access of the recorded session with sufficient notes. Like for example, if I tell you, this is the gratuity notes. This is notes and this is gratuity calculation, everything. And all the forms that you want, you will get it. Even the maternity also, you will get all the forms along with the notes. So the fees is only 499 for 3-month access. You can learn the depth knowledge instead of learning the entire book, which you don't have time, just 3 hours. If you think in this 30 minutes you got a good knowledge, why don't you invest a small amount, which is only 499, and plus you're going to get absolutely complimentary, not free, but absolutely I'll share it with you, the Maternity Act. It is also 3.5 hours in-depth knowledge, everything about Maternity Act. The fees is only 499. You just have to pay Google Pay, ATM, Phone Pay on this number. Share the screenshot on my WhatsApp and just write paid for the statutory complaints. You will get that. I hope this the entire session was useful and you must have really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Very soon I'll come with the other one. Thank you.